Yeah, fuck Whole Foods. And as we also think about community development and community investment, like what is truly sustainable, y'all? Like, I don't want another Starbucks on my block. That is not going to save my community. Okay, and Starbucks and Whole Foods also work hand in hand. They're supposed to be anchors to the gentrification thing. Like that, I want a community garden. I want a self-run, self-sustained, self-determined community garden, community living space. Fuck Jules.
So we have one question from Ken,
Okay.
who says, how can we get involved? And she says, so good, April.
Oh, thank you. Um, so there are a number of ways that you can get involved, truly. So this campaign that I'm working right now to defund the sheriffs and fund our communities, I can actually I can put into the chat here a link where one, like we can get our commissioners on board, because although this resolution was entered and 13 commissioners, 13 of 17 signed on, they signed on to put it into committee so they could talk about it some more, versus just ratifying it and making it real. And so, like, is your commissioner on board? And what else do we need to do to make this real? And not only for this to be the framework of how our county prioritizes its budget, but also how our departments prioritize how they roll out their systems. Like right now, inside of Cook County is responsible for healthcare services throughout the entire county. Yet in South Cook, in the south suburbs, there is not one mental health facility. There's not one county sponsored or supported mental health facility, not one county hospital in all of the south suburbs. Okay, and there's one clinic where the county gives its dollars and resources. That ain't right. So I will put, there is a letter that we can write to our commissioners. I will put that in the chat as soon as I get that link up. And, so that's a way to get involved. There's also, there's giving money for if you aren't able to or don't want to advocate in that way. That's a way to engage and get involved. Being even trained and politically educated so that you can share and organize or galvanize other people in your community. That's another way to get engaged. Taking the streets. That is still needed and necessary. And I do advocate for Black folks to take the streets, to stand side by side and even take the front lines. Because we need this on all levels. Even as we need creative juices to help. How do we amplify these campaigns? I have ideas for like creative messages that can go out. I don't know how to put that together. I don't know how to do a graphic design. I was struggling I can't even do a virtual background. So, help in those areas is also a possible way to get involved. Okay. I said I'm gonna put that in the chat.
So Nisa asks, how can we raise awareness to consumers about the corporations using prison labor to demonetize them into changing their labor policies?
Oh, that's a great question. I think all these people need to be called out. I think that social media is a powerful tool, and I admit that I don't utilize it even as best as I can. But for our social media rock stars and celebrities out here, putting these corporations and these companies who do exploit prison labor, slave labor, slave labor. Prison labor is slave labor. For those folks who choose to continually exploit it, Starbucks, Victoria's Secrets, um, uh, we need to put this on. We need to put it on blast, because one of the things that is real is that you know these corporations get to hide under the radar. They get to hide under the radar. I'm sure that most people don't know, when they go into their Starbucks, that their cups were made by, often prison labor. Like, would you want to buy panties that were made in the prison? Probably not. But so we need to put these folks on blast, is one way. And start social media campaigns even. Okay. Are there any other
Thank
questions?
you so much, April Friendly. Can we give her a real round of applause here? Like, virtual or not,